Hi everybody, really welcome, massive warm welcome to University of Liverpool International College. We're so delighted that you've chosen to come and study with us here in Liverpool. And today I have with me Kevin Richardson, who is College Services Manager here at the college. And we also have Basmala, who's a current student here, so she can tell you from the insider's view exactly what it's like here at the college. So today we're just going to talk you through what will happen when you arrive, how you can prepare yourself for coming to study in Liverpool, and what it will be like in terms of your modules and the other extra things that you can get involved in while you're here with us in the college. Okay, so as I said, that's us. Okay, so you will have been sent an email with this video, and in it is lots of times during this presentation when you see something in yellow, what we need you to do is to just follow the link to the Padlet in the email that was sent to you and just answer the question in there, and then we'll respond to that as well. So it's just a way of us getting in contact with you before you arrive. So this is your very first yellow bit, and what we'd like you to do is follow that link and write what do you know about the city of Liverpool. Okay, so you can do that. So some of you, most of you, will be coming to study here on campus in Liverpool, and some of you will be starting digitally online and then moving to on campus here in Liverpool when you're able to. So this presentation covers both of those examples of where you're going to be studying. Okay, so as I said, what do you know about the city of Liverpool? And there's some photographs there of parts of Liverpool. Basmala, what do you like the most about Liverpool?
Well, I really like the architecture of the buildings. I don't think I've ever seen buildings quite as magnificent as the ones in Liverpool, especially the infamous clock tower in the center. I always go there just for lunch, and there's also Costa nearby, so I go there for breaks. And I also really like Liverpool 1. It's basically the city center where you can find everything. So anywhere you walk, you find roads and you just go in them, and you go for lunch, you can go for coffee, you can go shopping. It's an absolutely amazing place. So if you're coming to Liverpool soon, probably one of the first places you should go is Liverpool 1. And I really like the people and the atmosphere. They're all so friendly and so nice and helpful and caring. So those are my favorite things.
Thanks, Basmala. Thank you. So I'm sure most of you will know lots and lots already about Liverpool. It's a very modern city with a long history, as Basmala's just said there about the architecture. It's a very global city. It's famous for sport, music, culture, and it's really well located in the UK for if you do want to travel to Scotland or Wales or Manchester, and it's only 2 hours away from London as well. Kev is a big football fan, aren't you, Kev? Yes, so it's a great city for football too.
Liverpool and Everton, of course.
Of course, we have two, Everton and Liverpool FC. Great. Okay, so that's the city of Liverpool. The next part now, and it's another yellow bit, and we want you to follow the link, and we want you to write, what do you know about the University of Liverpool? So you've all chosen to study in the University of Liverpool. So what do you know about it? Basmala, what's the main thing that you know about the University of Liverpool?
Mainly, I know that the University of Liverpool for medicine, which is the course I'm going into, it has really modern facilities compared to other universities in the UK, which is very, very useful. And I know for other courses, it is the same. And the university is just, I don't know, I don't really know much about it, but I know that it's just amazing compared to the other universities that I've seen. And I know only really about my course, not really other ones, but the universities, you know, people choose it for a particular reason. So that's what drew me to the university. I don't know if that makes sense, but
yeah, that's perfect. It's exactly right. It's an individual choice, isn't it? So whatever your individual choice is the right one for you. So Basmala mentioned before the buildings on the campus. It has a very long history. The University of Liverpool has a very long history. It's a very high-ranking university, huge campus, loads of excellent facilities, really, really modern buildings, but some older buildings as well. And there's excellent support for you when you're studying at the University of Liverpool. Okay, so now we talked about Liverpool, the city. We talked about the University of Liverpool. Now let's talk about the college, which is where you're going to study in your first year here. So we're broadcasting to you from our brand new building here in Liverpool, which has been specifically designed for you in mind, for pathway students in mind. It has an accommodation attached to it, so you don't even have to walk anywhere to get to the college. All the learning and social spaces have been designed to support you in your learning. The college has excellent results, so vast majority of our students reach the grade and progress on to the University of Liverpool. We will challenge you to work hard because you're obviously very intelligent people going to the University of Liverpool, but we will also support you in all you do in a wide range of ways. And the most important thing is to remember that we're friendly and we are here for you. This is our job to make your experience the best it possibly can be. Okay, so what happens for you when you're arriving in Liverpool? Kev, I'll hand over to you.
Hey everybody, so you're going to be receiving lots of different emails from admissions. So the most important thing is that you read every single one and check if you're not sure about anything. But what really helps us so that we can prepare for when you're going to arrive is by filling in what's called the pre-arrival form. And that helps us, even if you do not want us to collect you, it's really helpful for us to know when you're arriving and where you're arriving into. But on the arrivals weekend, we have a free pickup from Manchester Airport. And then also at any time before Christmas, before January or after Welcome Week, and we also offer a taxi pickup service as well, which is charged, and we can collect from Manchester, from Heathrow and from Liverpool Airport. And of course, some students will need to quarantine on arrival. You'll need to check the government advice on that, but again, make sure you check with your agents and admissions. They will be guiding you all the way through. And then when you get here, we can help you as well to make sure that you are getting your meals, of course, if you can't leave your house or your room. And you will be especially supported if you are in our accommodation, the Kaplan Living Liverpool. But of course, we will help all our students, no matter where you are in the world. But of course, this at the moment is those of you who are traveling to Liverpool soon, and we'll get you all set up with everything such as bank accounts, registering with the doctor, all of the really important things when you first arrive. And of course, you will have an on-campus welcome program where you will have lots of fun events, campus tours, and you'll be learning all about the wonderful college and the city in general. So very exciting times.
Basmala, do you want to tell us briefly what sort of was the main thing that supported you when you first arrived in Liverpool?
When I first arrived, I think Kevin and also the accommodation team were the first people to accommodate me here, and I felt really supported. And just because leaving home from a country that's quite far away is very difficult in itself, so having the support system around me from my tutors and everyone, especially in accommodation, since I'm in Kaplan, I highly recommend, really are there for you and really make you feel like you're not alone. And if you have any questions, they're there to answer, and people in the hub as well. So if you have anything, don't hesitate, honestly. Like, don't be scared. They're there to help. That's their job.
Thanks, Basmala. Okay, so if you are unable to start with us here in Liverpool, but are starting digitally, again, we'll help you get set up with all your logins and help you prepare for your studies, because obviously you'll need to access it through Zoom, and then we'll help you get set up with Microsoft Teams. And as Kev said, there will be a welcome program, especially for you as well. Okay, so Basmala there and Kev mentioned the accommodation. We have a beautiful new accommodation block in Kaplan Living where Basmala is living. And we would highly recommend that you look at that accommodation. But we do have other local student accommodation which we can support you to find. And there's also private accommodation if that's what you choose to do. Bear in mind, if you are choosing private accommodation, you will need to factor in travelling to the college. And that's because it is very important that you get to college on time.
And we always recommend that you live as close to college as possible, because sometimes students live a little bit further away and they have trouble with trains and things like that. So where possible, the closer you are to college is always better.
Yeah. So we would expect you to live in Liverpool and as close to the college building as possible. Okay, so obviously during this COVID time it's still here. It's a big priority for us is to keep everybody safe. There's lots of information and advice that we will give you and we will support you to stay well and healthy. So in the college building, we do have a lot of hygiene areas. We have sanitizer, and we do have screens, and we do expect people to wear masks when they're in the college, and to try and keep a distance, a safe distance if they possibly can. And we always follow the UK guidance. So as soon as that changes, we will update you. But it is really important that we all play our part in supporting you to keep safe. Okay, so what do you need to start doing now to prepare for your studies in January? Well, we do have a Pathways preview programme, which you will have been sent some information about. And again, we would recommend that you follow that through. Make sure that you allow time for travel to the college if you're here on campus. You will need a laptop or a computer, so please make sure that you have one that has a camera as well. You will need a camera, even if you're on campus, you will need a camera. So it's very, very important that you get that. Start thinking about how you're going to organise your time. It's very, very busy when you're here. You will be in class a lot, and there's a lot of self-study expected of you. So make sure you organise your time and make sure you have a space where you can study. And we will help you get set up on the VLE, which is the virtual learning environment, and Zoom and on Microsoft Teams as well. So lots you can start doing now to prepare for your studies in January. And if you are a digital student, again, exactly the same applies to you, but please make sure that you have a really appropriate place for you to study. So try to make sure that you haven't got people in the background, you haven't got too many distractions, because it's very important that you focus on your classes, because all your classes will be in real time. They will be what we call synchronous, which means you will have a timetable and you will access that throughout the whole period. And again, you will need to have your camera. Okay. Okay. So I'm just going to give you an example here of what your programme will look like, because obviously all of you will be studying modules, and those modules will vary depending on what your programme will be at the University of Liverpool. So I haven't got the example here for, yes I have for Basmala, yes I think I have. For example, if you're going to study engineering, okay, you will study a project called Extended Project. You will study English for academic purposes, and then physics and intermediate maths. So Basmala, which are your modules?
Mine are biology, chemistry, extended project, and maths.
Yes, yes. So you are exempt from the English language, aren't you? Because you've got a higher level IELTS, yes, and that might account. But we'll some of you that might be the case for as well, but we'll talk to you that nearer the time. So everybody does the extended project, and the extended project is a chance for you to really go into depth into some research and presenting some information about a topic that's of interest to you. And your tutor will support you to do that. Basmala, what's your extended project on?
My extended project is on a genetic disease called FOP, which stands for fibrodysplasia ossificans progressiva. And I'm going to talk about the ethical repercussions of misdiagnosis, since approximately 90% of people with this disease get misdiagnosed, unintentionally, of course. So I'm going to go into that and go into solutions of how we can reduce the rate of misdiagnosis.
Wonderful. Okay. And then some of you will be studying on our pre-masters programme and going on to a master's degree at the University of Liverpool. And there's an example there. So we've got MSc Marketing, and you again will do a project which is called Research Project, and a range of other modules that are appropriate for your programme. Okay. So also, Kev, do you want to take this one?
Yes, of course. Yeah. So every single student throughout your time at the college will have a learning advisor who will be checking in with you at least every 2 weeks to just check that everything is going okay with you. Meeting you face to face if you are in Liverpool, and if you are obviously online or overseas, we will be your learning advisors will talk to you via Zoom, just like this, or maybe via Teams. And of course, we will be checking your attendance and your engagement throughout. Your learning advisor will monitor this just as much as the hub staff will, and the wider management team and your tutors, because of course it's so important that you attend as many classes as you can, because it's all tied obviously to your visa, because you are here on a study visa. So it's really important that you attend as many classes as you can, and this is connected of course to your future career. So we will be having throughout your time, we do applied learning weeks as well, where everything is tailored towards your time in the future, because you are only with us for a short time. We are preparing you for how you advance to the university, and then the job that you get once you finish university. So everything that we do is tailored towards that. And we also have the kindness curriculum. So bit by bit, you're going to be finding out more and more about what will happen when you arrive and how the year will be set up. But we'll explain in more depth during Welcome Week in January, which is very, very soon. And again, throughout your time at the college, you will have what's called an e-portfolio, which is where you are expected to do reflections daily, weekly, monthly, about topics that you're learning about, just how you're feeling as a person, how you're growing, what challenges you've faced, how you've overcome them. Simply coming to a new country, looking after yourself is a big challenge, but we know that you will all rise to it. And then, of course, we will explain in depth about your assignments, your assessments, exams and presentations. And Basmala has a mock exam very, very soon this morning. So it's busy time, exciting time. Yeah, but we just can't wait to see you now.
Okay, so talking a little bit now about what your week will look like. So you will have a timetable that will be sent to you by email each week, because sometimes it does change. And you will either be in the morning or an afternoon block of 4 hours or 3 or 4 hours. If you're studying digitally at the start of your program, we will take into account the time zones, and we will try to put the classes at a time that is good for you. Obviously, if you're on campus, that'll be fine for you. And it's really, as Kev said, it's really important that you must attend. Our expectation is that you will attend 100% of the time, for a range of reasons. But I'm sure you'll appreciate how important it is that you attend. Obviously, if you can't or you're struggling, then it's very important again that you talk to us. Okay, so over to Kev again.
Yeah, so again, throughout your time, we know that you cannot study all of the time, because it's really important that you have a nice mix of extracurricular activities as well. So we run things in the college and online, and the university do as well, because the thing is, you are part of the university from your first day with us, which is brilliant. The university is what we call a stone's throw. It's super close, so you can go and use all the facilities there. And we've done things for Halloween, and we're doing things for Christmas. The Hub is one of the teams that I manage, and we are here again to support you with any questions that you might have. And those of you who are not in Liverpool can join us online daily, 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. You'll be able to see somebody like myself, somebody like Dwayne or Jay or Gay. You'll meet the team again in Welcome Week, and we're always here for you. You can email us, but most importantly, you can speak to us really quickly, just like this, over a Zoom call. And as I've already said, from that first day, we will help you to get your student card, and you will become a University of Liverpool student straight away, meaning you can use the sports facilities, you can use the libraries, and all the great facilities that we have on campus.
Basmala, is there anything particular that you've accessed?
Yeah, the Sydney Jones Library. I'm there a lot. I find that the study spaces are really useful, since I like some peace and quiet. Sometimes my conversation isn't so peaceful and quiet, so I usually go to Sydney Jones to get some studying done.
And that's open 24 hours, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can choose when you study. Okay, so just a couple of phone numbers here. If you want to jot those down, or you can come back and have a look at this presentation. So once you arrive in the UK, or even before the UK, then please do contact us on any of these numbers, and we will get back to you. As Kev said, it's really important, those of you who are travelling to the UK, that you let us know when you're arriving, and then we'll be able to support you the most. So those are the phone numbers there. Okay, so now, last bit of yellow now. So again, we want you to go back to that Padlet and just follow that link through. And really what we want to know is how you're feeling about starting at the college now. And do you have any questions? You can email us, or you can put them on the Padlet, and we can answer through the Padlet as well. So thank you so much for your time, everybody. Thank you, Basmala. We're really excited about seeing you all in January. Please, as I said, please do make sure that if there's no silly question at all. If you've got a question, you ask us. If your parents or your sponsors or your agents have got a question, just ask us. And we're super excited about seeing you in January. Take care, everybody. Happy travels.
See you soon.
Bye.